But pretty much the whole episode accumulates to find out.
I hope everyone is doing well. Hell yeah.
A believer that the dummy is alive, right? It starts terrorizing the kids. They run around. It accumulates to an ending when Amy finds out that, oh, I can just overpower the dummy because I'm a living being and this is a wooden puppet. Slappy gets thrown against a wall and his face explodes and leaves out some green dust. It turns out that, like, her puppet before did it, and he has like a goofy voice. He's like, gosh, well, I guess you're f***ing dead. You're gonna die. Today's video is sponsored by Z-Biotics. Let me tell you, if there's a surefire way to wake up very refreshed after a night of drinking, it's with Z-Biotics. Z-Biotics pre-alcohol probiotic drink is the world's first genetically engineered probiotic. It was invented by PhD scientists to tackle rough mornings after drinking. Here's how it works. When you drink, alcohol gets converted into a toxic byproduct in the gut. It's this byproduct, not dehydration, that's to blame for your rough next day. Z-Biotics produces an enzyme to break this byproduct down. Oh, what? That's awesome! But just remember to make Z-Biotics your first drink of the night. Drink responsibly, and you'll feel your best tomorrow. Which, I'll be honest, I was on the fence about Z-Biotics at first, okay? But I brought some friends over.
Drinks were flowing.
But thank God I reached for Z-Biotics first, and I woke up the next morning and I felt great. Try it for yourself and go to zbiotics.com/papameat to get 15% off your first order when you use Papa Meat at checkout. Z-Biotics is backed with 100% money-back guarantee, so if you're unsatisfied for any reason, they'll refund your money, no questions asked. Remember to head to zbiotics.com/papameat and use the code PAPAMEAT at checkout for 15% off. Thank you to Z-Biotics for sponsoring this video, and back to the video. Night of the Living Dummy 3, it really steps up the fucking bar. All new characters. It follows our protagonists, Trina, Daniel, and their cousin Zane, which, yes, Hayden Christensen is Zane. So there you go. It's pretty good. But it opens with R.L. Stine talking to a dummy of himself, and it's unsettling. They even get the mole right and everything.
Hello, I'm R.L. Stine. I write the Goosebumps books.
I love the R.L. Stine intros. It's like a fucking big nostalgia blanket that's just draped over my fat body. It feels so right, and it feels like I'm just a little child again. It's amazing. The story begins. And the episode starts with the girl sleeping as a man drags a giant box up the stairs. There's some nice little creepy wind chime shots here. But I mean, to be fair, they set up it's a nice framing of a man just dragging a big box up some stairs. Which, you know, we've seen the box before in Night of the Living Dummy 2. We know that it's Slappy's box, but still as a kid, it's a bit frightening. It's a bit scary, especially to put yourself in the shoes of the girl, and she's just waking up like, what is that sound? What's happening? And the girl goes and investigates the attic, and she pulls the sheet off to reveal a dumb-looking dummy. I would use an R word, not a hard R. I would just use an R word. She basically is like going around. She's like, Daniel, I know it's you. Just stop it, okay? And then her brother comes up and just says a pretty good line. I heard someone talking up here, so I decided to come up and check it out. What's going on? I'm your brother, Daniel.
I heard some bumping in the hallway. Was that you?
And she's like, wait, if you're here, then what's... And it ends up being their dad pops out from the back, and you find out that the dad's a ventriloquist.
Oh, yeah? I can still do it. Can I throw my voice or what?
I think that the dad has to be the smallest actor alive. I thought Elijah Wood was small. This man is petite, is how I would say. But the dad is a bow tie wearing ventriloquist. I was like, how the f did this guy get pussy and have a couple kids? How did this happen? The dad then pulls out Slappy and glues his eye back on because his face is still broken in from Night of the Living Dummy 2. As he's gluing it, he tells them that cousin Zane is coming over. Zane? Is that a real name?
Zayn Malik from One Direction.
Oh, the One Direction dude. I forgot about that. Daniel and Trina basically bully the shit out of Zane all the time, to an excessive degree. And they're like, oh yeah, we have to deal with our big pussy cousin Zane. I hate when he comes over, dude. And they pranked him by moving his bed outside and putting him by a cow, and that like scarred him for life. Which even as a kid, I was just like, would I be that mad? I mean, like the inconvenience of having to like walk up to the house, but I'm like, it's not like the cow's gonna bite you or anything. It will do nothing. So I don't know. I kind of wish that they would like, I don't know, they made him like piss his pants or something like that, made him shit himself. Trina then sees that there's like a little note on the chair. She reads the Latin again, and then Slappy's face like jolts off. Like, it's obviously they have a wire and they just like pull the wire off. The dad's like, what the hell? What is this? Well, needless to say, they don't really give a shit about it. The dad plops the face back on with the glue, and they all head downstairs all happy, knowing that everything's safe and fine. It was just their creepy ventriloquist dad in the attic messing around and purchasing and bringing home a puppet at 3 in the morning. Where did he get the puppet? I was just going out shopping. I would definitely be like, are you cheating on mom, or we're not gonna have to live in separate homes, are we? Where the f do you buy a ventriloquist dummy at 3 in the morning? I don't know.
The black market.
The black market. Kids, don't worry, I bought this puppet on the black market. Wouldn't you also be like, why is the puppet on the black market? Well, thank God it comes with this Latin spell card that I should probably read out loud. But as they're heading downstairs, Slappy's face magically seals shut. And I remember as a kid, I was like, I don't know if my autistic monkey brain basically got scratched or what, but I remember I used to like rewind the part with the glowing green going around and sealing up his face. I thought it was very satisfying. I was becoming an HGTV viewer right then and there. I was like, look at him get fixed in such elegance and style. We cut back to the morning and Trina's coming down. She's looking all fucking pissed off, and it's kind of funny because she sits down at the table and she's like, Daniel, will you hand me the cereal? Daniel. And it's like over the cereal, you can see a plaster head of red hair. Is that what you think the top of your brother's head looks like? Hello? And she moves the box and oh, it's Slappy. And then the dad and brother come in, but the dad does like a really like millennial core kind of like cringy, like, we thought that you might want a friend for breakfast.
We thought you'd like some company at breakfast.
And they're like playing a joke on her.
Supply runs have got a bit airy lately.
Reiterate the
Can't
size
locate what
difference
you
between
can't
the mom
see,
and
can
dad.
you?
It's staggering. I really would love to see that situation. Like I wish there was a Pornhub video of them fucking just so I could see how it's simply done because it's that fascinating. It wouldn't even be for pleasure, Nick. It would be for.
I think
like
I have just the contract for you.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not you, Winslow. Fuck off.
Oh.
Shut up. So she sees Slappy there, and Trina's like, oh, Dad, you glued his eye on perfectly. It is a seamless fix. If I was a kid, I'd be like, how did you magically put that back on his face? But I just thought that, even as a kid, I was like, well, I put his face back on perfectly, and people are just like, hey, good job.
You did a good job of gluing him back.
As if like, I don't know, he folded laundry or did something like that minute. That is impressive. Then the dad, of course, he's cutting some bread. He does, ow, oh, oh. And we zoom in on Slappy's maniacal face, and then the dad does like a nice thumb trick. This is the second practical joke, and it's 7:45 in the morning. I would be exhausted. Luckily, Zane arrives and spices up the whole situation. He arrives, and basically, he's talking to his dad. He's just like,
If you wanted to torture me, couldn't you just find something a bit more humane?
if you wanted to torture me, why don't you just send me to Guantanamo Bay and have them break my thumbs? Why don't you whip my back, Dad? I would rather have you whip my back until I bled raw. The casting of Zane's dad could not have been more perfect. That's what dads need to look like in movies. I'm tired of all these sexy twink dads where everybody just wants to f the dad the whole time, like a Pedro Pascal kind of guy. Give me that guy as the dad, dude. And we get a really awkward interaction between Zane and Daniel and Trina, and they have like a really awkward small talk.
So.
And you can just tell the kids don't like each other. Grabs his camera, he says, oh, did you know I'm a photographer now? He's taking pictures of Trina, but it's just like really weird, cringy lines. Like, you're happening, you're here, look at you.
Oh, beautiful, you're happening, you're here. Oh, great stuff.
Like kind of like New York fashion talk, and he's snapping pictures of him. I can't tell why they did that for this child to say that. The 90s were a crazy time. Daniel sees Zane has a book that says Conquering Your Fears, and Daniel starts to mock him because apparently, I love child cruelty in media. Zane is holding onto a book just titled Conquering Your Fears, and Daniel's just like, oh my God, what are you afraid? Pussy? Of what? And then to ease his fears of dummies, because he's like, oh my God, a puppet. You can tell that Zane's a skittish kid, right? The dad's like, oh, well, here, let me show you some of this stuff about the puppets, and you'll get used to them. And Zane's like, oh, okay. And the dad just like takes Slappy and just starts making fun of him.
His name is Zane. Well, I guess that's better than being insane.
And the whole family is laughing at him. I'm like, this is exactly why he was perfectly fit to be a mass murderer as Darth Vader. This should have been Anakin's arc, is getting completely belittled by this Canadian family. But we cut to the night and Zane's spazzing out. Everyone's wondering what's going on. He comes in and he starts beating basically like a puppet wearing like a hockey mask, kind of Friday the 13th style, hitting it, and the amount of feathers in the room. I mean, he's basically blowing a metaphorical whistle. I mean, he's like, help me, he's gonna get me.
Help me, no, help me, no.
Even I was like, God damn, someone help this kid. Trina comes down and the family's like, what the hell? And it kind of seems like the kids are playing a prank on Zane. And then they're like, wow, why the f did Daniel do this? But even Daniel comes in and he's like, oh, snow, cool.
Hey, cool. No. All right.
You find out that the puppet in the room is their dad's puppet, Rocky, and it's like a mob looking like an Al Capone era mobster. Zane's like, yeah, they hate me.
They hate me.
And it's like, no shit, dude. You're annoying as. You come in and you have a Conquering Your Fears book in your waistband. You're taking pictures like a New York photographer. Of course. Why would these kids vibe with that? The dad tells his wife Patty to give Zane some ice cream, and the other two kids are gonna be punished. They have to clean up the room. Now Daniel and Trina are just like, they're a little betrayed by each other. Well, I wish you wouldn't have done that, because now we're both in trouble. We don't know who did it exactly yet. We haven't been revealed that. It's very Alfred Hitchcock-esque, I would say. You show the bomb under the table, who's gonna ignite it?
Which movie's that?
No, it's not like a movie. It's just, it's a thing. It's a situation that he had, you know. It's like, it's all about suspense and tension. You want to rise the tension. It's better to see a bomb under a table and know that there's the people that are at the table don't know it's there. It's a classic thing from film school.
Yeah, what movie?
Okay, well, it's not a, I'm just gonna keep going. We cut to the morning and they confront Zane, and he pretty much is just like, well, it actually was a pretty funny joke.
In a twisted sort of way.
I'm gonna show you how I process my pictures. I took some pussy pics of your mom, Aunt Patty. You guys wanna come see? And the kids are like, yeah, I wanna see Mom's beef. So they go upstairs and they start developing the pictures. And as he's developing the pictures, it's like the photos he was taking aside, but then there's like puppet versions of it. So this little motherfucker can't catch a break, and he's like, why are you doing this? And he just like, he like runs downstairs again. Like, the dad's like, I know what's gonna help this kid. I'm gonna show him the puppet again that I belittled him with earlier. The mom's like, are you sure about this? And the size difference between these two people is unbelievable. I can't get past it. It's a roadblock, I swear to God. He starts talking to him, and Slappy kicks Zane.
He kicked me.
And even the dad's just like, what are you talking about? This kid's a psycho. He gets kicked by Slappy, and it's like, even the dad's like, well, I didn't do that. So I think you're being a little over dramatic. I feel like I would like probably pull my kids over the side and be like, he's a bit of a, he's only here for like 2 days. Don't even look at him. Look at the ground. When you walk by him, just look at the ground. I'm gonna have my kids get re-indoctored into society, or like, you know, have to deal with troubled people. If you see somebody who's different than you, look to the ground and don't look at them.
It's funny too, because Aunt Patty's like, what are you doing?
Exactly. The Aunt Patty, she's just like, why would you do that? And the dad's like, what are you talking about? She's like, well, why don't we just have dinner? I made this dinner. And you go into the dinner, and it's like all trashed by dummies. The mom and dad are livid because I think Daniel and Trina did it. Zane keeps doing this thing where he like runs away and screams every time, and it's the same kind of frequency and pitch each time. It almost feels like they did it in post-production. So it's like, which the dad then is just like, well, I don't think you guys are gonna go to summer camp because you guys are being nuisances. And they're like, that's not fair, Dad. It's bullshit. He's like, whatever. They're getting the ultimate punishment by not being able to go to summer camp because it's the 90s and that's all you have. Cut to night, the sister is sleeping. She hears something and goes upstairs to find Daniel hiding behind a couch. And they start sitting there and they're like, he's like, I knew it, you did it. And she's like, no, I knew you did it. And they're both sitting there talking to each other. And then Zane comes upstairs and he's just like saying his whole plan out loud.
I think I'll go in the shower and I'll hang you outside my bedroom window. After this trip, Trina and Daniel will never mess with me again.
I can't believe people thought I was afraid of this stuff. No one's gonna mess with me again. I am actually not afraid. I have been doing these plans. Everybody is stupid, and I am Zane. Trina does like a really cringy, even as a kid, I used to cringe really hard because she does. Zane's been a naughty boy. But you pretty much find out that Zane has been faking this the whole time. It's a good twist, I'll be honest. It's a good character twist. I think he's a pussy. Turns out he's the guy doing it the whole time. As a kid, I was like, is it Slappy doing this? You know what I mean? But no, it's a big Zane. And they run downstairs, and they're gonna go tell their parents. And he's like, no, come on, guys, please. And as they do that, we get our first problem. We have Slappy walk towards him and say, so you want to be a wise guy, Zane? But it's just either a child or a little person in a very bad mask that does not match the puppet that well. And also, I couldn't unsee it as well, is that it's even human hands, but they're just doing this the whole time. So he's like, so you want to be a wise guy, Zane? So you want to be a wise guy? And you know the editing is going to be, it's going to get real wonky really fast.
Yeah, You can also see his face under the mask.
I forgot about that. You can't actually kind of see his face under the mask. It's like, it just looks so, you see part of their bottom lip and their tongue. But the eyes like don't blink and they're really flat. Like at least with this one, there's some dimension, right? His forehead has the nice, it's three-dimensional. This one, it's like very clearly just like a straight ahead thing and his eyes are just like wide open. Slappy pretty much breathes some green queef smoke into Rocky, and I guess it assumes that he's like gonna possess him or something, because he comes to life and he's like, "Are you ready to have some fun?" And then Rocky sounds like kind of like he has some kind of mental illness or that he was hit in the head with a shovel as a youth. He says, "Yeah, sure, boss. Yeah."
Are you ready to have some real fun?
Sure. Whatever you say, boss.
But the next morning, Zane is mowing the lawn. You can tell he's being punished. Trina and Daniel come out with some nice big glasses of lemonade to rejoice in their victory last night. And Zane's pretty much like, "Your parents probably hate me."
Suppose your mom and dad hate me just as much as you guys do now, don't they?
And they're like, "Yeah, Zane. They're gonna beat the shit out of you tonight." No, I'm kidding. They are like, "No, they don't hate you. They're just surprised that you did that." They have some camaraderie out in the yard about how they tricked each other.
Why do I look like a Tony Hawk American Wasteland character? Well, it's because when we were doing our Twilight movie marathon like a year ago, a buddy of mine named Ridley had this shirt and he gave it to me and I thought it was cool. And then today, a friend of mine let me have this Shadow the Hedgehog chain. And I thought the two of these together was one of the most diabolical fits of crypto bro degeneracy. So the big story today is about the 13-year-old that rugged people with his Quant shitcoin. CoffeeZilla posted a video going in depth on it into the nitty gritty. I'm here just to point and laugh at the whole thing. So if you want like actual smart discussion on it, definitely check out Voidzilla for his coverage.
Meme coins. Gen Z in particular has gotten interested with one called Gen Z Quant rug pulling a token recently, and well, it kind of went viral for all the wrong reasons.
Well, it's nuked. Why is it nuked?
No way.
Oh.
Holy thanks for the 20 bandos.
Imagine being a grown-ass adult and putting your hard-earned cash into a meme coin called Gen Z Quant that is made by an actual toddler, a milk-drinking, pudding-eating, fidget-spinning baby, and then being surprised that you lost money on it. Even if he didn't blatantly rug you and spit in your face laughing at you for being a deplorable idiot, you still should have never treated that as some kind of Galaxy Brain investment. That was always going to just be a donation to Chuck E. Cheese Troop. That is the stupidest shit ever. Now, I know crypto's blowing up huge again. Trust me, I'm well aware of that. But this is not how you get ahead of the curve. Like, I know FOMO is huge, you know, fear of missing out, so everyone's just putting as much money as they can, throwing all their clams into every shitcoin imaginable, hoping for these moonshots. But this is just a new level. This is turbo moron shit that not even Patrick Starr would recommend. You would have had a better chance of making money if you took $1,000 and just asked a random person on the street to double it for you. It's so incomprehensibly stupid, and it only gets worse, by the way.
So look, I don't know, there's so much here, from pretending you aren't selling.
Wait, what?
He said, wait,
Wait,
what?
I'm so confused.
To like, what's going on? To the double middle fingers, you know? To the thanks for the 20 bands.
Thanks for the 20 bandos.
Now in total, he made about $30,000 on this coin. He then launched another coin called I'm Sorry, where he rug pulled that for about $10,000, and then launched another coin about his dog, which he also rug pulled for another $10,000.
The kid said, you know what's better than scamming dummies once? Twice. And you know what's better than 2 times? 3. This man went for the back-to-back-to-back triple heat scammerooski. And every time people kept putting money into it, and he kept rugging them. He made 50 grand off people putting money into his shitcoins. So he rugged them the first time with Quant. Then you've got all of the investors hitting their whippets and feeling really sorry for themselves. So the kid comes back with the I'm Sorry coin. They're like, okay, maybe this is the redemption arc. I'll put money into this one. Surely it won't happen again. Bang. It happens again. And then fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, I need to check myself into the Arkham Asylum, a mental institution. I need to be fucking locked up because somehow they went back again. not just for seconds, for thirds. They bought into another shitcoin from the kid, which he rugged immediately too. He rugged the same people 3 times for a profit of $50,000. Holy shit. This wasn't taking candy from a baby. This was a baby taking candy from you.
You can see that all here. Here's his $30,000 rug pull. Then he does the sorry rug pull for $13,000, I guess. And then finally, his dog Lucy rugs for $11,000. And I gotta say, the third time, maybe you could have said the first time, he caught you. The second time, he got you. He said sorry, you thought it was real. The third time, you deserve that one. Actually, if you bought into this, you probably deserved all 3. It's very, it's embarrassing that this is like a popular thing.
CoffeeZilla pins the tail on the donkey. You deserve all 3. 100%. It is beyond embarrassing. Being an adult with money and investing in a 13-year-old's meme coin on a fucking service called Pump.Fun, which, by the way, CoffeeZilla brings it up in his video, so I recommend you check that out if you want more insight on it. Pump.Fun is the one that makes all of the money from these, and your odds of actually making money from it are unbelievably low, to the point where you almost have the same odds of just winning the lottery, straight up. Like, people go in there with the assumption that, oh, I'm here early, yes, it's probably a scam, but I will be the one that capitalizes off the scam. The data actually suggests, and CoffeeZilla goes over it, that is so rare because you failed to take into account the insider trading. You're not the one that's in on the scam, you are the victim, no matter how much you think you're not. So, you will likely never be the one that benefits from the rug that inevitably comes with these shitcoins. Now, the story is still not over because the kid that created Quant, well, it actually didn't die with the rug pull. You see, some of the people that put money into it were so salty that they decided to run it up, and they brought the market cap to a crazy number. I don't remember exactly what the number is, but they drove the value through the fucking roof.
Tens of millions of dollars of market cap. The kid's supply, they say, would have supposedly been worth, you know, like $2 million or $1.2 million. You can see that here. His original holdings worth $1.28 million. And then they doxed the kid, which, you know, is really bad. But I think it's funny, like, people are like, ooh, we got you because you rugged us and then we made it worth a lot of money. But you would have never done that if he didn't rug pull you. I don't know, it's just so, it doesn't make any sense. And honestly, it sounds like cope from people who are trying to do a secondary scam where they got scammed and then they need people to buy in so they can get out of the token.
Apparently the logic was they wanted to make the kid feel bad, like, you got 30 grand, but your supply could have actually been worth millions, you know? That was the thought process there, like, make him feel like a fucking idiot for it. Not us, the adults that got scammed.